But it's good. It's good. You can't, you gotta treat yourself. It's life. You gotta live good.
So once you start, I feel like it's hard to stop, right?
You know what? See, it's not good to do 2. You gotta do HP3, right?
Yeah, yeah, definitely dig in, dude.
That's what we're gonna do. I'll set this over here before the whole thing be gone.
There you go.
This be a video of just me eating this. All right, how I'm experts doing? We are in another Brands Experts podcast with our great guest, Refi from Refi Snacks. They are a food and beverage brand that specializes in snacks, agua frescas, and so many other things. So we'll let them introduce themselves, let you know exactly who they are and exactly what they do.
Awesome. Hi, my name is Refi from Refi Snacks, and I have a candy and beverage company. We do agua frescas that are fully fruit, no sugar added, and then we also have our vegan candy, which is made with chamoy. And chamoy is a tamarind sauce made out of tamarind and organic dry fruit, and it's super delicious.
That's awesome. So, what we like to do when we start off, right? Because we have to look at our audience. They probably don't know you, right? So, we want them to get to know you, though. And so, let us know where you're from, what your upbringing was like, and what got you into the food and beverage industry.
Okay. Well, I do come from a family of entrepreneurs. Everybody in my family has always had businesses, whether small or big, and I think I have that in my blood of always being a person who sells stuff. And I grew up in Mexico, and then I was brought here when I was 8 years old. So then I grew up in America, of course. So it was a drastic change for me, learning the language, many obstacles, but that didn't stop me from doing what I want to do, and it's definitely not going to stop me anytime soon. So that's basically my upbringing. Both of my parents together, and very good parents. My brother, very hardworking people, and I've learned everything from them. So
It's crazy. I thought English was your first language.
really,
But because you don't speak broken English. You speak clear English, right? And so, I mean, you learn something every day, right? So that's something that I've learned. That shows how disciplined and focused you are when you have a goal. Because I know it may have been something that was challenging, but you stuck with it. You said, "No, I'm going to learn this. I'm going to figure this out." Figured it out, and became fluent with that, and accomplishing the goals that you want to accomplish. So, I'm glad that you did that because now we can sit here and have this great conversation.
Absolutely.
And learn everything about Refi Snacks, exactly what you guys do.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for the compliment.
Absolutely. Okay, so let's get into it. What is your position at Refi Snacks?
So I am the founder and CEO of Refi Snacks. I created the brand and I manage the brand. So I consider myself as the creative director of my brand, and then which basically entails everything from digital to marketing to the actual product itself. Um, yeah, that's my title.
Okay, so you're the one that created this. Wow, that's incredible. So we have some pieces right here on the table, and before we get too much into this, we would like to let our audience know kind of what these are, or is there anything new here, and exactly what you have going on here on the table.
Yeah, so these are our bestseller chamoy candy, which is a gummy candy, and then we dip it in the sauce, which is a chamoy sauce. We do have a new product today that I brought for you to try, and I actually have a goodie bag for you here.
Oh man! Shout out to Refi for that. Okay.
Thank you. And so the new product is actually our newest product, which is a dry mango fruit, which is an all organic dry mango actual fruit that is in a dehydrated form. And then, so it's like many of us know it as mango seco, which is dry mango in Spanish. And then I dip it in my famous Refi rim sauce, which we'll have you try later if you're up to the challenge.
For sure. Let's get that going when you're ready. Let's do it.
So,
Okay. So this is some great stuff right here. I obviously see you have the samples. That's one of the things that when we first were able to try the product at different locations you were at, right? The fair. We tried samples there. We tried samples at the field of what was it called? Where they had the beer at the old Jethawk Stadium.
Oh, the Field of Drafts for the city of Lancaster.
There we go. Tried it there. So I just as I kept trying, I said, let me get some of this. It's so good. Then you had it at the MOA. And they had their event at the American Heroes Park.
Yes.
Right.
The Art and Wall Festival, yeah, right here.
Exactly. So you go to so many different events, seen it so many different places, and you're not stopping. You're just so focused. But the quality is pretty good. Like when you try those samples, you just want more and more. Thank you for making a great product that actually tastes really good. Good as a presentation.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I definitely make my product with love. I think that's the most important thing when you're starting anything. When you lead with love and kindness, that's everything. People will like it because it says not only about who you are, but how much time and effort you're putting into the actual product itself. And yeah, I mean, I've been involved with city events and fairs and stuff like that, which are fun. But definitely has its challenges as well.
For sure.
Mhm.
Okay. Let's see. Who were two mentors that helped you become an expert in the food and beverage industry?
Well, my number one mentor would be my mother, who actually helps me make the candy every day, and so she's really the Refi. I'm just the brand of it, and the marketing of it. That's why I consider myself the creative director of it. But she's really the chef. She's really the one who gets down with the sauce and everything with the candy. So she's my number one mentor because she used to have a restaurant before, and even before restaurant. My grandmother used to sell tacos in the street, and like I said, we're all like from a family of entrepreneurs, and I've learned so much from my mom because when I first started my business, I started in my mom's backyard. She used to sell food in the backyard. This was during the COVID-19 pandemic, and times were rough, and we had to do what we got to do to make sure we were able to pay rent and meet our needs. So after being there for about 2 years working, I mean not 2 years, like a year and a half working in my mom's backyard, I decided to start selling the candy there. There was just so much people because she has such a good sazon, right? Like she has such a good taste in food, Mexican food. So yeah.
Okay. So.
And then oh yeah, you asked me about my second mentor.
Yes.
This was more not necessarily in the food industry, but definitely a salesperson. My brother, he's such a good salesperson. He can sell you anything at any time, and so I think that I look up to him a lot because he has his own business as well. So he's an entrepreneur just like me. He's very successful at what he does, and I kind of take upon how to make better sales and how to be smart. With that sense of sales. So the food aspect is my mother, and the sales aspect would be my brother and my dad. Yeah.
Okay, so shout out to his family, his mother, his dad, his brother, for these people that kind of accepted his entrepreneurship and let that flourish and grow. Because some people, when they see you doing something, they'll say it's competition, even if it's family. That's the one thing. That's the only thing. Well, not the only thing. One of the things that kind of frustrates me with business is a lot of people look at business as competition, and not in a positive way. In a way of, oh, well, you're getting this money. Well, we don't want that.
Mm-hmm.
But that's good that your family looked at it in a positive way and said, hey, like let's teach him things. Let's bring him into what we're doing. Whatever questions, whatever you're doing, like your mom had her thing going in the backyard, and she let you do your thing there. Like, how positive is that?
Right? Yeah, absolutely. No, my family has always been very supportive of me as a person and as my business as well because I do consider myself as a queer person out there representing the gay Latino community, and I'm very proud to say that my family has been very supportive of me of that, and I show that within my brand as well because there's nothing wrong with upbringing people, right? I want to inspire other kids that are just like myself and are Latino and are different. To let them know that that if I make it big and we're working hard to do it, you can too.
That's right.
Hmm.
Stand up for who you are. Don't be afraid to be who you are because, as you're living your life, you can't go backwards. And so you don't want to turn 60, 70, 80 and think of how you wanted to live your life. You want to live your life with a smile on your face as you get older and reflecting because, you only have a chance to be in your 20s one time, 30s one time, all these things. So live the life you want to live the way you want to live it.
Absolutely, I agree with you, 100%.
For sure. Okay. So do you develop the items and the recipes for Refi snacks? And what are some of the items that you have created and came up with?
Yeah, this is an original recipe that me and my mother came up with. I first started playing with it by myself because I was doing it, like I said, for me, not more as a business. I wasn't really thinking of, oh, this is gonna go into Lucky Luke and Don Sal where it's at now, right? But
Right.
um, when I first started, I think that I just played around with different things, and I'm already a big fan of candy. So I think that with that being said, there was almost like a high expectation for me
Right.
to deliver,
Mm-hmm.
a good
Yep.
product to people.
Right.
And then with the help of my mom and the help of people around and hearing people's feedback, it's very important to hear people's feedback
Absolutely.
because you're even though you might like a product, if the people aren't buying it, it ain't working. And so you need to make sure that whatever you're doing is meeting the customer's expectations and that it's almost as good as if you were gonna eat it yourself. So remember when I said in the beginning, like you make everything with love. Same goes with this. Like you put love into it, and so people are gonna feel that love, and people are gonna be like, "Damn, this tastes good,"
Okay.
because it is good.
Okay.
Hmm.
For sure. And you guys also do the drinks, right?
Yes.
So how did you come up with the drinks? Because that's a little bit different from this.
Yeah.
And how do you integrate the products together? Because I know you do the what is it called?
Infused chamoy.
Okay, infused chamoy, and then you have the rim. And
Yes.
so how do you kind of put everything together with the drinks?
So the drinks are actually my favorite aspect of my business because it's something different that everybody likes. Even if they don't like the chamoy, they'll like the drink. And so I offer something for everybody to feel welcome when they come and see me. The agua fresca is an all fruit beverage. So we use real fruit in our drinks. We actually blend the strawberry, blend the pineapple. So we have four different drinks right now. There's two more coming, which I will announce today. So we have our pink drink, which is a strawberry pineapple drink. We have our strawberry lemonade, which is a strawberry lemon chia drink. And then we have our watermelon drink, right? And so those are like our staple. But this year in 2023, I'm excited to announce that we're launching our mango drink. And then our actually, I shouldn't announce the other one. So I'm just going to announce the mango
Okay.
drink today.
Okay.
The other one will be a surprise. I don't want to give it out, but it's
Okay.
really exciting.
Okay.
And so how I'm able to incorporate that into the drink is I have a chamoy rim, which is an all vegan paste that won't drip down your cup. It's more on the thicker side, more so than the regular chamoy out there. And I'm a big fan of candy and chamoy, tangy and sour. And so I wanted to incorporate that into a fruity drink, and people love it. And it was a great hit at the AB Fairgrounds, and it's a great hit at the farmers markets that I attend over in Monrovia, Downey, even here in Lancaster. So I'm all over LA County as well, and people just love my drinks. They're no sugar added, so they're sweet, but they're sweet with this actual fruit. So you can imagine we use a lot of fruit in these drinks. Mhm.
Wow. So we gotta, looking forward to those when we have Refi on again in the future. We gotta have those drinks. So we're kind of giving that those reviews, the ones that the new ones he's talking about, right? So we can kind of go over the creative side, the creation side too, and actually, try those out because it's always good to, try out what you're talking about and actually see that visual. That's why we do the video part of the podcast, so you can be listening to this on the way home and be like, you know what, I'm gonna go watch the video.
Mhm.
So like if you're just listening to this, the snacks are right in front of us. They look really good, juicy.
Open one up.
Okay, for sure. We'll
Yeah,
go
and I'll
ahead.
give you your goodie bag now since
Oh,
you
man.
we're opening here.
Okay, man, we opening gifts. You might as well, you know. So shout out to the Refi snack. What is this one called?
So that's our mango chunk. That's gonna be our mango gummy with
Okay.
the sauce, and we are called the original wet candy because we make our candy extra wet. So as you can see, it's nice and juicy with the
Sweat right
chamoy.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's gonna be our mango, and then this is our new product here, which is gonna be our dry mango.
Oh, it's good. Mm.
Yeah.
Mm. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna do one more. But it's good. It's good. You can't, you know, you gotta treat yourself. You know, it's life. You
Yeah.
gotta live good.
So
Yeah.
once you start, I feel like it's hard to stop, right?
Mhm.
Like,
You know what? See, it's not good to do two. You gotta do HB3, right?
yeah, yeah, definitely dig in, dude.
That's what we're gonna do. I'll set this over here before the whole thing be gone.
There you go.
This be a video just me eating this.
And then this is here
Okay.
our dry mango fruit, which is gonna be more on the fruity side. It's an actual dry fruit, dehydrated, and then we put our own sauce. So you know you can take a bite of it whenever you want
Okay.
now, or
I might, man. You got a fork?
you know I don't have a
Oh, you don't
fork,
got
but
one
I
of them?
usually
Usually
do
have
have
those little
forks in the
forks,
bags.
but-
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. My family seen those. They was like, "Oh, this is premium." They seen a fork because usually.
Yeah. So usually when we're at the farmers markets or even at the fair, we would put a. So I'll actually do it for you, a demo here. So we have our candy here. We have a free sticker for marketing and branding purposes. We have a safe card, so you can scan it and get a free candy on your 10th purchase. And you get a free sample of our new mango here. So that's, and then you get a fork, but
Hey, this mango is good.
you like it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Got a little piece of it, real
Yeah.
good. So,
Yeah.
you know,
The mango's definitely good. It's one of my favorites now.
right? Make sure you put all into your products because you know it's so good that you know I just want to sit here and eat this. But we're gonna get back to the podcast. But everything's real good. Trust me. Trust me. Okay, so let's get to the next piece of this.
Sure.
Not piece of that, but get into a piece of this podcast. Okay. All right. Okay. What was the moment when you knew you wanted to have your own food and beverage business?
Yeah, that's a good question actually, Lee.
Mhm.
Thanks for asking.
Yeah.
So I would say that's kind of it's a lengthy question to answer,
Okay.
but
Okay.
I'll try to answer as best as I can. I
Cool.
would say having not come from a wealthier family and having to know the struggle, I've definitely knew that I needed to create a brand for myself. I knew that I had to have my own business because I love good stuff. I love eating good. I love dressing good. I love smelling good. I love sharing with my friends and sharing with my family. So to be able to afford that lifestyle and that, um, that momentum of me being who I want to be, I needed to have my own business. I mean,
Okay. No,
Yeah.
for sure. I mean, and that's going to create a life and opportunity that would most likely have never been available if you just did the typical thing, went to work at Target, and then just had that life. Like, yeah, you could be a manager. Yeah, you could maybe make 100,000, but with bills and a life, it's not as much as you think it is with inflation and everything.
Yeah.
So if a house is 700,000, that's not that much money with you paying interest and everything. So
And I mean, there's nothing wrong with being a manager at Target. Absolutely not. I think that people have different capabilities, and
Mhm.
there's better people than me. I'm definitely not better than anyone.
Right.
Absolutely not. But in my sense and like in my life, I want to make sure that I'm happy doing what I want to do. So just a little background: I used to be a manager over at the Habit
Okay.
Burger Grill before starting this. So before COVID, I used to work at Cold Stone and in the Habit, and then Fish Grill. So I had three jobs, people,
At once?
at once.
Wow, how was
Yeah,
that?
it was fun. It was fun. So I would work weekends over at Cold Stone, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and then the rest of the days I would work morning at the Habit, and then I would close at Fish Grill. And these are jobs where it's customers based, and actually I evolved working at the Habit because they have such a great system. They have a training system that's, I mean, I want to incorporate it into my team now, because the training is so easy and it's so like friendly. It's
Right.
friendly user,
Mm-hmm.
or friendly, used.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. So I think that that was my learning how to deal with people and rude customers and nice customers. I've always had that. I'm like, this definitely taught me something for my own business, for my own benefit. So
That's
thank
wow.
you, Habit. Thank you, Coastal. Thank you, Fish Crew.
You
you
may
know,
be the first person I can remember talking to. Actually had three jobs at once.
really.
Really incredible. And what I mean by when I was saying like that you didn't want to just be a manager target was because like if you want to choose something different, I feel like you can't. Some people
You're
think,
stuck.
yeah, when they work a job, that
Yeah.
that's the only thing they can do. But you can start off like if you want to do a t-shirt brand, you do have a day off. You could say, hey, half of this off day, I'm going to start, letting people know about my t-shirts. But people think that like the income that they receive from a job is the only income they can have. Like that's not true.
Absolutely not.
Hmm.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. I think it's all mental. It's all up here because I can still have a job. I mean, I run multiple brands. I run a YouTube channel, Everything Stationery. I run Refi Snacks. I run a social media managing brand. I have a lot on my plate. I run events, Refi Snacks events. I mean, it's just the possibilities are endless. And one of my biggest role models on this was RuPaul, actually, who is
Wow.
a famous drag queen. And I've, I always loved how he's able to transform into such beautiful pieces of art, but then also be a badass influencer, right? Where he's not only a multimillionaire person and he runs a TV show, he's a host of this, he's a host of that, he has multiple I mean, he has a chocolate brand, he has a clothing brand, he has a convention center. I mean, this guy, he's just so talented, and I've always looked up to him. And that's, part of the reason why I'm like, oh, okay, so I can do it then. If he's able to do it, I can do it. And he's queer, and he's, a person of color like myself. So always relate to like endless possibilities. So yeah, anything is possible. You can have five jobs. It's just a matter of sleeping,
Yes.
taking
Yeah.
your time to sleep,
Right.
waking up early, doing what you got to do, and sacrifice it all.
That's true. Yeah. If you want something like right now, it's the evening. If you didn't know, did I do any in the evening? I may have. 'Cause I've done so many of these, but the evening is like we were trying to get a time, we're trying to figure it out, and the evening it is. It's nighttime, and here we go. We have a brand expert, right? We have a great brand. We have an expert that works inside of that brand, and we're a brand that is experts at what they do. So don't let time stop you. Sometimes you only have that time when you're not working. That few 2, 3, 4 hours when you're not working before you go to bed to actually get something done. But what's beautiful with that is when you're at work, and the only thing you own is that paycheck. Because once you leave these jobs, they're not gonna pay you indefinitely or anything like that. But he'll do this podcast episode 10 years from now. He can pull clips, he could put it on his website, whatever's going on. So we could be interviewing with Nike, and he can like show somebody, and then he can say, "Hey, we did episode 2." Because he's created something where he can put on his website, and now he retains ownership from the standpoint that he owns the brand and he was in this interview. So just remember, ownership is always possible. Don't shortchange yourself. Don't tell yourself what you can't do. Tell yourself what you can do. Push yourself, because anything is possible. When you see a car driving down the street, make that dream car a reality car. Like, start changing that thing you tell yourself. Say that's my reality car next year, next month, 2 years from now, wherever you put it, and that'll change how you go about it. That'll change your sense of urgency for whatever you're doing. So just think like that. Referee thinks like that, and that's what led to him having all these snacks, having the drinks next door at Rio, right? The credible, 5-star restaurant we got out here in Antelope Valley, Lancaster, California. Refi Snacks is in there. So think about that, where you can go. And just how long has the brand been going?
So I've had my business for 2 years now, and we've had the product over at Rio we just launched it so recently, but I've had my other collaborations for a long time now. I mean, it's it's crazy to think how far I've come, but I mean, like, people like you are also a big inspiration for me, because I've seen you at the events, and I've seen you with your camera, and I've seen you doing this. So I wanted to come out and support. And, like, at the end of the day, like, I feel that we are stronger together. Like, I don't just say that just to say, because, you know, we're gonna meet in the top one day.
Yeah.
I don't know when that's gonna be, but we're all gonna be there.
Yeah.
But if we can help each other collaborate, I think that that's one of my strongest, like, strongest
Attributes.
attributes.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you collaborate with people, you're not only able to network within their network, but that's so important, right? I wouldn't be able to be at Lucky Luke or Don Sal or 0 Degrees or Rio or other places that we're working for. I mean, I started here. Now I have my product in Santa Clarita.
Wow.
Now I'm moving to LA, right? Like, it's there's a lot happening, but that would not have been possible if I didn't have these meetings, if I didn't make time for this, or
Right.
if I didn't take everyone serious, because
Mhm.
everybody's important no matter what.
That's true, man. Thank you for that. It's really important that you do that. So next we're gonna get into some incredible things, right? The exact year the brand was launched, the idea behind the name of the brand, what makes Referee Snacks unique as a brand. Those things coming up, so make sure you stay tuned, stay locked in. Incredible things is coming. Brands Experts Podcast, Referee Snacks. Let's go.
Are we supposed to make eye contact? No, we're just.
We can. It's all hey.
Okay.
You have a good time, man.
Cool.
This is something you love, man. So
Dope.
have a good time with it. You know what I'm
Dope.
saying? And this is about your brand and marketing your expertise. That's what this is all about.
Okay.
Your brand. Why you guys are experts at what you do. Why you are expert
I
inside
don't
of
consider
it.
myself an expert, though.
You should.
I definitely don't.
Okay, think about it. This is how I want you to think about it. Okay, Look at it this way. Do you like sports at all?
No, I'm
Okay.
gay. I'm gay. I don't
Okay,
like
no,
sports.
it's okay.
I'm just
Okay.
kidding.
No, you're good.
I'm
Okay.
kidding.
But you don't like sports?
No, I don't.
Okay. So, okay. Let's put it like this. You like technology, right?
Sure.
Okay. So you can either go get whatever $20 phone, or
Okay.
you're gonna get iPhone 14. Which
Mhm.
Which one are you thinking about getting? The iPhone 14, right? Because they're experts at the phones. It's
Okay,
fast,
okay.
good apps, right?
Got
And
it.
so everything, like, there could be 50 brands. You don't want to just go eat wherever. You want to go eat at Rio. You
Yeah.
want to go eat at Cordo's. They're experts at what they do.
Mm.
So you don't want to eat food and then be sick and it's not good.
Okay.
Like, see what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's why I like your stuff, because you take care and pride. You show you show how you make it.
Yeah.
Like, so I actually know you make it.
Okay.
Some people do stuff you don't know if they make it or not.
Yeah.
I know you make this.
Okay.
I know you care about it.
Cool.
I know the causes that you're a part of. I know the people you've helped. So it's like everybody's goal is to get around an expert, like in
Cool.
everything. Right?
Cool. Okay.
So bam,
Okay. Cool.
Refi the expert. There we go. You know what I'm saying? You can enlighten and change minds quick. You just come with the information. So for sure. So let's get into the next piece that we were talking about, and that is, let's see, the history of the brand. It's very important. Sometimes when it's a brand, it's like, did you just start last week? I mean, kind of like, what have you done, this or that? So let's get into that piece of it, the history of the brand. When was the brand launched? If you do know a month in a year. If you don't know the exact month, you could be like spring 2015, whenever it
Yeah.
was.
November 9th, 2020.
Exact day.
Exact day. Yeah, I remember launching it.
How do you know the exact day?
Because I did a launching party.
Oh, okay,
I'm
okay.
really extra.
Okay.
And I had all of my friends come
You said
over to my
2019?
home. 2020.
Okay, 2020.
Yeah,
Okay.
2020.
Okay.
I had all of my friends come over to my home. I bought food, I bought snacks, I bought drinks, and some of my closest friends were there, and then some of my newest friends were there as well. And we did a live on my Instagram,
Hmm.
and we did a live like launch of the brand.
Yeah.
Because before it was just through my personal Instagram. Like I said, I was selling on my mom's backyard, and I didn't have the logo and none of that. But I just overnight I created that, and I'm like, okay, let's do it. Like I believe in it. Let's do it. It's doing good, money wise. So let's launch it. And then I got in this influencer who I thank so much. His name is Mac Daddy on Instagram. Check him out. He
Can you
has
spell
his,
that for us so we know exactly where to find him?
can I spell it? Yes, it's Mac and then Daddy, Mac Daddy, like the brand makeup Mac. And he has his own makeup brand, Artist Couture. And he was so kind enough. By the way, this guy has like 1.8 million followers,
Okay.
and I've always been a big fan of him. So I reached out to him on Instagram and I said, "Hey, would you mind sharing that I'm launching my brand? I'm selling Chamoy candy." Told him a little bit about my background of LGBT, Hispanic, all of that, and he is himself. And that night was the best night of my life because we got over 80 orders on my website. The
Whoa.
launching, the
Whoa.
launching day, dude.
Okay.
The
Okay.
launching day. Here we talk about the importance of networking.
Yeah.
There you go. That's why.
That's what I'm talking about.
So crazy.
Shout out Mac Daddy for what he
Shout
did
out.
and believed in Refi snacks in the early stages and got them that helped get them that big order date that just probably encouraged the brand to really take things to the next level and shows that there's people that can believe in you. So really
Yeah,
incredible.
he's so unique and he's so wonderful, and I like all of his content as well. He's a great content creator, and his makeup brand, absolutely, absolutely, quality stuff. So
Okay, make sure we check him out, see exactly what he's doing,
yep.
and support him. He supported Refuge Snacks, so we definitely want to, make sure we do the same for what he's doing too. So, and it's good that you remember and you remember those moments. A lot of people, get big, and then it's just like it's just me. But you remember these people along your journey that you built relationships with,
Absolutely.
and that has helped you get to where you need to go. So that's great for that. You remember your mentors, your people that were at your launch party, the day you started your brand, like really key moments and details. You remember those. So
Oh
shout
yeah.
out to you for that.
It'll never be me alone ever. I think part of anybody who's successful, whether it's Steve Jobs or Bill Gates or even Tim Cook, who now takes over Apple,
Yeah.
all of these people have been very successful because they have teams and they never forget about their team.
Don't ever forget about your team, people that helped you out, people that helped you come up. That kind of stuff is very important.
Mhm.
Right. What was the idea behind the name of the brand?
So my real name is Refugio in English, and so short for Refi. Refugio is Refugio, and so Refi came above my first name, Refugio.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. You just tied the snacks in with it.
Yeah, so me and my friends used to have a joke all the time where it was like Refi the snack, and so I'm like Refi, I am the snack, and so it just became like Refi snacks, like it's me and it's my snacks presented to you, yeah.
Yeah. No, for sure. That's
Yeah,
great.
it's like a funny aspect of it in the back.
No, for sure. What makes Refi Snacks unique as a brand? That's one of the most important pieces that we go over. Because if there's 10 different snack brands, right? Well, each of them are unique. But what do you feel like, makes Refi Snacks unique as a brand? Set you guys apart.
What makes Refi Snacks unique is definitely our Kindness Matters movement, where we focus on the brand specifically. So all of our packaging, you can see my hashtag Kindness Matters, as you can see here. You can see that on every post. You can see that on marketing aspects, my business card, behind the card. And that's something that I wanted to focus on because kindness matters in a way deeper level than just saying it, right? When I say kindness matters, as you know, I collaborate with a lot of nonprofit organizations around the Antelope Valley, but we actually do the kind work, right? So we want to make sure that we are an inclusive, where everybody's welcome and everybody feels appreciated by the brand. And so not only do we make amazing tasting candy, but we also help give back to our community. And by doing that, we do a snack drive every year, which you guys can participate on with the Salvation Army of the Antelope Valley, where we collect snacks such as chips, candy, gummies, any type of snacks, and then we take them and donate them to their toy drive where they pass out to hundreds of kids. We've also done work with New Colors Project, which is a nonprofit for many causes, but they do focus on the scholarships for students who didn't have. Let me rephrase that. So New Colors Project is an organization that helps students get their senior portraits done, and they pay for them out of the foundation. So, like for instance, when I was growing up, I didn't really have that program for me, but that program would have helped my parents so much because those packages for the senior portraits are so expensive. They could be
Right.
$600, and these are hardworking parents, and not everybody's fortunate enough to have that. And so
Right.
New Colors comes in
Okay.
and says, we'll take care of that for you.
Wow.
And it was created by one of my friends, Ramiro Gomez Galliano, who a huge shout out to him for also believing in me. And the other projects we do is with the city of Palmdale, where we do earth cleanup, and that's part of our Kindness Matters movement. So that's the most important aspect of my brand, the Kindness Matters aspect of it. Whether it blows up or it doesn't, we're always going to focus on doing kind work within our community and our surroundings.
That's awesome. A lot of brands don't do anything like that, but the fact that you're uplifting a whole community and people that need the resources and the help is just incredible. So thank you for that.
Oh, thank you. Yeah,
Hey,
that's it's great, dude. It's what really makes me happy, honestly.
right.
Like more so than being out there at the farmers markets and selling the candy. Like, yeah, that's happy, and yeah, I love doing it. But really, the behind the scenes of doing kind of work is just so much fun, dude. It's just so much fun. I mean, you get to go to all these kind of places and help people and really see what the world needs.
That's awesome.
It's a lot.
Appreciate you for that. And with saying that, you're talking about these different local organizations that you help out. You are in this Antelope Valley community and involved in investing back into the community and shopping and supporting local businesses. Can't think of how many businesses that you supported, local Antelope Valley businesses that you really support. How do you feel about supporting local Antelope Valley community businesses?
I think it's crucial because a lot of the younger people want to go to LA, they want to go to San Fernando, they want to leave the Antelope Valley. But I'm here to tell you that this is the place to be at. It is an upcoming city, and the city of Lancaster, the city of Palmdale, it has so much growth development for us young entrepreneurs. Hang tight. And all I'm here to say is, there is hope for our community. And I know that it might not be super huge like LA, and we might not have all those hipster, really cool stuff. But trust me, it's coming, and we're getting huge upgrades here in our community. So I think it's sad, honestly, that people want to get out of high school and leave and not attend the AV college and not attend the local and support, move money around our community. I mean, I don't see why not. I honestly don't. I think that we should stay in the Antelope Valley and we should grow this valley for our children and for our whole community as a whole because we are the next LA. We are the next Santa Clarita. We have, I don't know if you know, but they're building movie sets here in the Antelope Valley where big industries from Hollywood are going to come out and film here. And what that's going to create is going to create not only jobs for the younger people out here, they don't have to go to LA, they don't have to commute, they can save money on gas, but also it's supporting our small business community because all of those people from Hollywood and LA and Santa Clarita are coming out here to film in these brand new studios. And what happens is they go shopping at Lucky Luke, they go shopping at our restaurants, they go shopping at our stores. So this is really the place to be at. No question asked.
For
Absolutely.
sure, it is. And the fact that you believe in it so much, you encourage local spending, local shopping, partnering with these local brands is really incredible. And that's something that I wanted to get into.
Mhm.
With the partnerships that you have with the Rios and the Don Sal's and Lucky Luke, how did you go about establishing these partnerships? Kind of like getting them started and building these partnerships to be able to get your products in these stores.
So I live by this quote by Walt Disney, which says the only thing that's stopping you from doing it is actually getting up and doing it. And that's true. It is though. Like if like for example, like you and I, right? Like the only thing stopping us from doing this interview was just literally getting up and making time to do it.
Right.
What I figured was if I'm going to be reaching out to the places that I believe and that I like personally, I wanted to put my brand in a place where it would be well accepted and it would fit in within their demographic and their audience. So I didn't put it just anywhere. I put it at the places that are popping in the Antelope Valley. I put it at places that are have this prestige of them because I knew that that was going to help my brand. So I reached out through Instagram and I said, hey, I believe in my product and please check out my page. We believe in kindness and we believe that you also do. So can you please set up a time and a meeting for me to present some free samples? And maybe if you like it, no commitment at all. These people were kind enough to say yes. And then once we're in person, that's when you really get to know and feel the vibes and really restructure your meeting. So don't go in there thinking this is what I'm going to say A, B, and C. Just go in there, be yourself, present the product, and once you're there, they might like you, they might not, and you have to be uncomfortable. You have to be comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Right.
Because I wasn't always like a great communicator at saying like, oh, this is what I have. No, absolutely not. And even one of my mentors now, who's Sam from Lucky Luke, the co-owner, she said something the other day where she said, I really like how the passion you have to make time to meet with me. Not nobody really does that, and that's true because as a young entrepreneur, I'm only 24 years old. I think that I could be intimidated by such a big, powerful person in our community, but I wasn't scared. I wasn't scared of reaching out to Sam or even Brian. I wasn't scared of reaching out to Don Sal or Andres from Rio because I also deserve, to be out there with them.
Right. Yeah, and that's great. And showing that you're able to present your product. A lot of brand owners, especially younger brand owners, they feel like if they're not getting a sale or things don't go right, that there's something wrong. But you presented your product, let them taste it, try it out, things like that. And so a lot of times these things will come later down the road. And so he just presented it to you how he was able to establish these deals, reaching out, creating that relationship through Instagram, setting up meetings, doing this stuff. It's not going to be all yeses. Some people are going to leave your stuff on red. Some people are never even going to open your stuff. He had to get through all that, fight through all those thick clouds to get to where he was trying to go. So if you think he just every message he sent it was just a green light, it doesn't go like that. But he stuck with it and got to where he wanted to go. And this is just a start. For where he's taking Refi Snacks. So thank you for that. Thank you for showing that no matter what you do, you can take it to wherever you want to go. Really important.
Absolutely.
Because that's what you're doing. So we're getting to the back part of the podcast. I don't never like when it gets to this point because there's so much more that we need to get to. But we'll have Refi snacks on in the future, so we can hit on these crucial key moments, so you guys can know what the brand is doing. And when you are in the Antelope Valley area, Los Angeles area, or wherever Refi Snacks decides to invest into next, you will make sure you go there because it's more than just a snack brand. They're actually helping out causes, partnering with great brands, and helping out so many people and families that need the help. So we want to also again say thank you for that.
Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Yes.
I
So
appreciate you.
yes, we'll get to the back piece of this, and then we'll get to some VIP stuff that that we have, and then we'll have to see Refi on the next time. But like I learned so much, even myself, that I didn't even know about the brand. So there's always something new you can learn. So just keep that in mind. Don't never max out your learning. Always more you can learn every day. Learn something every day. Okay, so let's get to it, and we'll get the short answer on this part because we don't really have much time. And
Let's
then
do it.
next time we'll get to the long.
I can talk for hours.
I got you.
So
I got you.
that far.
Okay, so we'll stay around a minute on these questions. Is that okay?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay. What did you enjoy about being on this podcast?
I enjoy the professionalism and the good questions you had prepared today.
Okay, appreciate that. Would you recommend other brand owners and experts that work inside of brands to come on this podcast?
Yeah, I would. I
Okay.
would.
Why do you feel like that?
I would say because by sharing, I don't believe in gatekeeping at all. So I want to share as much as possible. So that's why I believe that people that I already work with are in a similar mindset. So I think they'll benefit from this. They'll
Okay.
like to support.
That's great. Do you feel like filming this podcast has made you more comfortable with getting on other podcasts in the future?
Um, well, I've done a podcast before, but yes, I think any podcast helps. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Will Refi Snacks be getting back on the Brands Experts podcast?
Yeah, if I get invited, yeah.
There we go. Yeah, for sure. Doing too much good.
Yeah.
Is there a brand that we may not know that you would recommend us to reach out to? And we want you to let them know as well about what we're doing. Let them know about your episode, and tell them to come on and check out what we're doing.
Yeah, there's just so many. My mind is just going.
Let's
But
go with 3 then.
let's go with 3. Cool.
Yeah.
I would say so repeat the question again.
Is there any brands that you would recommend that we invite on the Brands Experts podcast?
Oh,
But we want them to let you. We want you to let them know as well.
okay.
To kind of like we're gonna be reaching out to them, sending them your episode to check it
Yeah.
out, inviting them on.
Well, I would say Crudo, but you already did it,
Yeah,
Crudo.
and with him saying that, he invited him on, and Nick from What's Up AV, shout out to him. They both have a relationship. All 3 of them, obviously, done events together, all of them, different events. So, like I said, they all have great relationships with each other, their brands and everything else. But they both recommended you, both of them,
Oh, very nice for
and they
them.
both spoke very highly of you as well.
Oh.
So, Nick's episode is coming up real soon. Be on the look for that. And I'll make sure I send that to you so you can see what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But you already seen with
With Crudo.
with Jay. He talked about the whole story about how you guys met and the fair and him trying your stuff and you trying vice versa. And he just talked about the brotherhood that you guys have, how close you guys are, and I just thought that was incredible. Just how much he respects you and looks up to you.
Yeah, I think Crudo would be one of my brand recommendations for you to do a podcast because he's just so talented and his stuff is so good.
He talking about Jay?
Jay, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. So I have mad respect for him. He's always very professional and always is the devil's advocate. When I say that, it's like we'll be having conversations and he's like, yeah, but this, or yes, but, and it makes you consider like, oh damn, I never thought about that. You're right. Like, let me consider that. So you need to have those friends around your corner.
Right.
The other person I would recommend is Andrea Mejia, which is Frida. She owns a farmers insurance, and she's one of the people I recommend because she has built a, you know, great team, and she's doing great things for our community. And then the third brand I would recommend would probably be my brother. I think that he would benefit from getting out of his shell. He's definitely not camera, he's definitely camera shy.
Okay.
Because I'm more of, more flamboyant, but he would probably enjoy this because it'll make him think.
There we go. So there we go. We got our three. We got Jay from Kuros. We have Frida, farmer's agent. Then we have his brother. What's your brother's name?
Adrian's Auto Body Part.
Adrian Auto Body Parts. Where's he located?
He's located on Avenue R and 5th. He has his own car shop. And so you guys can check him out right there at Avenue R and 5th Street East in Palmdale. And for all your LEDs and all of your, if you want to do upgrades to your car, he's got you covered.
Yes, for sure. So that we're at the end of the regular part of the podcast. Want to let everybody know where to find you online, website, social media, any events that you have coming up that people meet you, stuff like that.
Absolutely. There's just many events, so I won't touch on that. You guys can check out my page on Refi Snacks at Instagram, Facebook, Refi Snacks, the original wet candy. And then you guys can also shop my candy. We ship nationwide on www.refisnacks.com. That is REFISNACK.com. And feel free to reach out to my email for any catering questions or any questions you need with your business. I also do managing of social media, and my email is refisnacksevents@gmail.com.
All right, and something I gotta start doing too with the Brands Experts Podcast. Make sure you go on Instagram, Brands Experts Podcast. Make sure you go to the website, brandsexpertspodcast.com. Make sure you go to brandsexpertspodcast.com/club for the VIP pieces to what we do, and make sure you go to brandsexpertspodcast.com/new guest to see. To try to apply to be a new guest. That's something very important that you should want to do for your brand, because this will help take your brand to exactly where you want to go. Be in front of B2B clients, your marketing, all the stuff you need to do. This is the place to do it. So make sure you go over there and check that stuff out. If you wanted to put somebody, or what's a better way to say it?
Nominate.
Like, leave them with something very powerful, because there's people around the world that are struggling, that don't have any money, like feel lost, feel confused, scared, just lost their job, don't know what to do, and they want to start something, but they're afraid it's not going to work, or they're just coming across a hard time with what they're doing. When you've been an entrepreneur, we know that you've been through a lot of ups and downs. We know it's not just one smooth road with no bumps. What would you say to that person that's struggling and thinking about quitting what they're doing, but they love what they're doing?
I would say keep going, never give up. I would also say that no matter how hard it gets, you always have yourself. At the end of the day, you can always hug yourself. You can always pump up yourself. You don't really need anybody to give you that validation. You are validated, and you can do it, and you will do it. You just have to, it's all mental, it's all up here. And for those people who are struggling right now, and those people that maybe are starting something and still are struggling, don't give up. Don't give up, because if Bill Gates did it, and Steve Jobs, and my friend here, Elite, and me, and Crudo, and everybody, we can all do it.
We can all do it. Trust me. This is a new thing that we're doing. It's taking off. Trust me. First video that got over like 7,000 views is Cordo's. Okay, I mean, check it out. Check out the views. Check out the likes. Check out the comments, and check out the content. All right, we're doing the real over here, and we want to get the same for all of our brand experts and brands, so they could take off, have this digital footprint, and just really have a base to where they could say, when they need to talk about things they're doing for their brand, they know exactly where to go. So thank you, Refi, for everything that you're doing.
Thank you.
And like you said, we're going to get into the VIP stuff right now, but make sure you support everything that he's doing. check him out on these socials because he's taking over in the snacks and the Chamoy brand and businesses. And we're going to ride out with another featuring. I mean, what is it, Mango?
Mango, yeah.
It's not featuring. What is this right here?
That's a featuring.
So, you know what? I always love these.
Yeah,
so,
there you go.
Let's just do it like this then.
Yeah, do a
We're
featuring.
going to make sure we say solid through Mango. You know what I'm saying? Juicy.
So juicy.
And then, after we do that, do the Mango, we're going to ride out with a featuring. Samples are so crazy, man. You try these samples out, you're going to love it. Refi Snacks. Check them out. Taking over the snack business. Crazy. For checking out this episode of the Brands Experts Podcast. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you check out all our socials like Instagram. Make sure you check out our website. And make sure you check out our VIP, brandsexpertspodcast.com. Exclusive VIP stuff, interviews, exactly how to make money, exactly how to partner with great brands. These are things you need to know, right? You got to remember, if you want to get to where you need to go, you need to pay for that, right? That's how you pay for that value that you need. So make sure you go over there, check that out. And yeah, we're here for you. Brands Experts Podcast. Let's go.